Before I begin my unboxing and trying out the TinySA Spectrum Analyzer and Signal Generator, I want to present an update to a previous video I made about my handheld oscilloscope. Well, the collar on the tip came off, and now the hook won't attach to it. So one word of advice: when buying an inexpensive oscilloscope, do spend some extra money on a couple of probes. And now, on to the rest of the video. So, next new toy for my Workbench Under the Stairs is the TinySA Spectrum Analyzer and Signal Generator. So let's unbox it and let's see what goodies we get with it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so let's start with the charging cable. Okay, gender changer for the SMA antenna connector. A surprisingly generous USB-C cable to charge it. Got a wrist strap, two SMA cables, an antenna, a stylus, very nice. This signal generator, the TinySA itself. And let's just pop its cherry. Ooh, baby. Nice. The first thing to do to get the TinySA ready for use is to calibrate it. And the first thing to do first is to connect with the high side to the low side with the supplied SMA cable. Okay, to begin my demonstration of the TinySA, I'll start with the Spectrum Analyzer. I'm just going to start by using the included telescoping antenna. It's about 30 centimeters in length, so again, just kind of good for just basic local stuff. So we start by selecting the menu on the side, and we'll start by go to frequency, and we're gonna go. Well, I'll just start in the FM band, so I'll start by saying my end frequency of 108 megahertz, and then I'll set my start to 88 megahertz, and you can already see that the marker on the most powerful station is, again, the rock station at the top of the band, with a couple of lower powered stations right down in the middle. But I can move the marker down to find that one. It'll show the frequency I put my marker on. So in this case, I'm at just a little under 102.5, which is my local CBC low-powered FM broadcast, because I'm in an area where the high-powered broadcast is on AM. And I can just move up to my next peak around, it's saying about 103.7, but it's supposed to be 103.9, which is from about 70 kilometers away. So we're kind of right on the edge of how far I can receive it. And I can move up to that's my greatest hit or my modern hit station. And there's my that's my CBC Radio 2. And that's going to be 90. Oh no, this one's CBC Radio 2. And moving up to the next peak here is a lowered power CBC French. And then this right here is CBC Radio 2. Again, another 100,000 watt station. And then we move up here. This is a kind of a new, it's a religious station. It's only been on for about a year. And then I'm going to move up. That's my local oldies station. And then we move to here at a 92.7, which is the country station. And then 92.1, which is the Celine Dion station, as I call it. And then we got and then it's a Aboriginal station, and then a French language station right at the bottom of the band. So next we're going to take a look at what makes the TinySA such a popular tool in the vintage radio restoration community, and that is its RF signal generator. So I'm going to turn it on. Then I'm going to activate go mode. I'm going to switch it to low output. And then I set a frequency. So in this case, I'm going to set it at 1300 kilohertz. Set the modulation to FM, or I mean AM. Can't think here. And then turn the output on. Then I'm going to, next I turn on my radio. So then I find where I hear my tone. Which is right there. And now if I look at my dial pointer, it's at 1300, so I'm calibrated right. Well, my conclusion to the video unboxing and overview of the TinySA signal generator and spectrum analyzer is not going to go the way I thought. I was planning to do an IF alignment on this AA5 tube radio chassis. However, when I was testing it off camera to make sure it worked, a couple of my replacement filter capacitors short-circuited and cremated my 35W4. So as a reminder for both you and myself, the janky repair attempts are really just for proving the source of a fault and not an actual permanent repair. If you don't have the proper parts to fix it, these kind of repairs are only temporary, and I mean only temporary. Make sure to buy the proper parts and put them in right. So unfortunately, I don't get to demonstrate how to use the TinySA in a radio alignment, but maybe I'll put that in a future video. So until then, see you again soon.